Hello, my name is Darragh Sheehy and welcome to another video. So the name of this project is Cree 8. Now Cree is the Irish word for heart and 8 is the symbol for infinity. So really it's about how do we come back into ourselves, how do we have a better relationship with ourselves, and how can we live from the heart. Now this video I wanted to talk about the power of choice. And that's coming up quite strongly for me at the moment, and I feel from just observing different people's work that it's coming up for a lot of us at the moment. And it's almost this question of how do I reclaim my power and to understand what that feels like, to understand how I see the world from that place of being in my personal power. And the first thing that comes up around that is the importance of realizing or remembering that our power doesn't lie anywhere outside of ourselves. Now, that's not something just to accept wholly and just go with. It's a feeling, because when we talk about the heart knows, or the heart remembers, and it knows what's true. So this isn't something that you just do. You go and you do this process or do this healing ceremony that you reclaim all your power and you live from that place. No, it's more of a practice. It's more of this meditation to come back into ourselves and be present, and to realize that we have the power of choice, and what we choose in a given moment is going to create momentum in our lives. And the way I describe that is, if I get caught or if I catch myself in this wave of anxiety, then the minute I catch it, the minute I have awareness of it, I step back from it. Now, then I have a choice. Do I fill myself up with guilt and this self-sabotage and criticism about being anxious? Or do I choose to be free now, or choose to make a different choice now? And the difference being, and this has certainly tripped me up so many times in my life, is when I caught myself maybe not present, then I would be extremely critical of myself. And you can see where this is going, because it's just this never-ending loop of choosing to be anywhere but here. Because the thing about our personal power is, our presence is, it can be quite a daunting place to sit with ourselves and to be without the past or without the future, and then to realize the magnitude or the power of that choice that we have. So again, it's not this all-in-one thing. It'll happen as we're ready for it. And it's about reclaiming those fragments or making better choices. And there's a quote I love by Oprah, and she says, doing the best in this moment puts you in the best place for the next one. And really, that's what it's about. It's about letting ourselves off the hook. And that question got asked of me recently was, how do we let ourselves off the hook? And I laugh, because when I think about it, it's like, or when I feel into it, it's realizing we put ourselves on the hook in the first place. And maybe if that's not true for you, we're responsible for taking ourselves off the hook. And it was definitely a bitter pill to swallow for me, and it's taken quite a while to kind of assimilate into my being. But as I come into my power, this is the flip side of that, this cycle of criticism, is as I come into my power and choose something that feels good, then based on my intuition, based on my feeling, based on my heart, then this momentum starts to build, and it makes sense of why it's important for me, or why I want to choose those things, because I want to feel good. And each of us has that impulse or that drive to be free, to be content in our own skin, and to have what we want in our lives. So the first and the most important part is to realize, or to remember bit by bit, poco and poco, that we are responsible for our lives, for what's happening in our lives at the moment is a choice, it's a perspective. And with anything I say, or with anything anyone says, it's to feel if that's true for you. And if it's not, then that's absolutely fine. But it's just been my experience that when I am present enough to make a choice that feels good or feels right based on my intuition or based on a gut feeling or my heart, it leads to incredible things, and it never has steered me wrong. And logically it makes sense maybe why I made that choice in a given moment, but it played out. If I allowed the experience to happen, then it showed me. So what I wanted to leave you with is an affirmation. So it's a way that I'm practicing at the moment of how do I come back into my own power, and how do I choose something that creates that momentum of feeling good, of feeling light, of freedom. And you can call it meditation, you can call it a practice. I would call it freedom for myself at the moment. But it's an affirmation that goes, I love the power of choice and I choose love. Now, you can borrow it if you like, you can try it on for size, but you can choose your own one, whatever feels right for you. But an affirmation is connecting with something that's true in our hearts, what's right for us. And it's practicing saying that, because as we practice that, it leads us back into our heart space, into the place that's true. So for anyone who's interested in any of my work, you can follow it through links on social media, mainly on Instagram and here on YouTube. And if anyone is interested in working with me, then I'm opening up my work for one-to-one work at the moment. So you can click on to my website, and then if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see my email, and that's the best way to contact me. And then we can open up a conversation and see what feels right and if it's for you. So apart from that, from my heart to yours, thanks for your time, thanks for your energy, and we will see you again. Take care.